Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to go over the basics and overall guide on how to best play Boris in Battlefield 2042. This guide will be a statistical video that will show you all the different numbers that you need to know revolving around his turret, his side ability, the damage that it does, the fire rate, everything that you will need to know. Then I will go on to explain how you best play him in this game, as well as going over a guide on how to most efficiently get his tier 1 skin as fast as humanly possible. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. Starting off with Boris's kit, his primary gadget is the SG-36 sentry gun, and to complement that, his side ability is the sentry operator, which is that once when it locks onto a target, it spots that target. Now, something that isn't listed under his sentry operator perk anymore is that you get a slight efficiency increase when you stand in the radius of the sentry gun. And what this means is essentially it takes just a little bit less time for it to lock on and for it to fire. As you can see on screen, I'll give you an example. His weapon proficiency, since he is in the engineer class, is when he is crouched and prone, the accuracy is greatly increased. And of course, also because he is an engineer, his class gadget is the repair tool. Moving on to the more direct stats of the turret itself, it is worth noting that the maximum range it will lock on and shoot targets that are on foot is 55 meters. The damage of the turret will also vary depending on the range of which the target is compared to the turret. At its maximum range of 55 meters, it will do a total of 42 damage if all of the bullets hit its target. If the target is within 10 meters of the turret, it will do a total of 60 damage, and that's if all of the bullets hit its target. Moving on, the total range that the turret will lock onto vehicles, regardless of class or if the vehicle is aerial or ground, is going to be 200 meters. The damage that it will do to vehicles varies depending on the vehicle that it targets. For example, if you try and target an armored land vehicle, it is going to vary the damage that it does depending on the direction that it comes from. So to give you an example, if you shoot the front of a tank, it is only going to do 7 damage because that is the most heavily armored section of the tank. If it shoots the side of a tank, it will do 8 because it is less armored, and if it hits the rear of the tank, it is going to do 10 damage because that is the least armored spot on a tank. And that's similar for the MAV. It will do 8 in the front and the back because it is a transport vehicle, but because the sides are the most heavily armored, it will only do 5 damage. The Wildcat follows suit with the tank, doing around 7 damage to the front of the vehicle, 8 at the sides, and 10 in the rear. Now, if the vehicle is unarmored and a transport vehicle, it will do the same amount of damage regardless of direction of the vehicle. So for the LAV truck, it is going to do 6 damage around all sides. And also keep in mind, for whatever reason, we have discovered that if the sentry gun is shooting directly into the back of the vehicle, it will actually hit and possibly kill the gunner of that truck. For the little bird, it will do 9 damage regardless of direction. For an attack helicopter, it will do 6 damage. For the jet, it does 9 damage. And for the transport helicopter and the Condor, it is severely bugged. When the vehicle was landed, it would either hit a part that would not register it as taking damage, or it would just straight up miss non-stop. And even just trying to fly around to get it to hit a part where it would actually take damage, it would just hit the aircraft and do nothing at all. So I would highly advise, or at least in the current build of this game, I would highly advise that you just simply not use the turret at all to try and take down the transport helicopters. It is just not worth it. The last advice that I can give you for the turret is that if the turret has both a vehicle and a foot soldier in front of it, it is always going to choose the vehicle as the priority over the foot soldier. And lastly, before I forget, the turret has an average recharge time of around 30 seconds if it is destroyed, and it only takes around 5 to 7 bullets depending on the caliber of the weapon for it also to be destroyed. Sniper rifles and shotguns are the exception, of course, usually taking around 2 to 3. So please keep that in mind. With all the boring stats out of the way that you'll probably forget once you click off this video, the absolute guaranteed best way to do the tier 1 challenge as fast as humanly possible is by going into portal mode, searching the servers with the name Boris, and clicking on this server that says tier 1 farm for Boris. The only reason I say that is because his tier 1 challenge is to do 60,000 damage with his turret, which is an insane number considering that you only do 60 per every burst, and that's only if you land every single bullet. And you can call this cheap, you can call this cheesy, you can call this, you know, cheating, whatever. I'm just telling you right now, this is the fastest way to do it, because on this server the players get 1000 HP instead of 100, and the turret does even more damage than it does regularly. On this server it does 96 damage, and if you do the math, if all of the bullets land on the friend that you've invited to the server, it will take you from start to finish an hour and a half. So that is my recommendation if you want to do this as fast as possible. If you plan on playing the game normally and you don't care about doing it as fast as humanly possible, my recommendation to you is to treat this like a less efficient, longer ranged claymore. If you put it out in the open, people are just going to shoot it. It only takes around 5 to 7 bullets depending on the weapon to actually destroy this. You want to use it to catch people off guard. You want to put it in a spot that they wouldn't check first. If you just imagine it like you have an extra gun with you, you don't want to have that same person right next to you because you both can die instantly. You want to treat it like, you know, your backup from a distance. Use its range to your advantage, considering that it can shoot people over 50 meters away. That would be my recommendation to you. With that being said, that concludes this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. Please let me know in the comments if you found this helpful. Please also let me know down in the comments if you want me to cover anything else in this game. Any specific operator, weapon, attachment, vehicle, movement, tactics, anything that you would want to see at all. I'm always open to suggestions, and if I keep trying to make videos on operators, eventually I'm going to run out. So I just want to know what you guys actually want to see. But with that being said, I'm signing off. Have a good one. Peace.